Hello, you're welcome to Motherhood and Beyond. This is Monami and
Obapa Queer.
Oh, grrr.
Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of 2021. We are now 2 weeks into 2021. We hope that your 2021 or your new year is going really well. And we hope that you're getting used to our new format of an episode once every fortnight. This week, or in this episode, we thought we would come to you with something a little different, not too different. I mean, our guest is still a mum, so it's still along the motherhood lines, but we thought we'd come to you with an episode which is about getting your finances in order in a way, especially as it is a new year. And let's be real, most of us are probably broke because of coronavirus
Yep.
slash Christmas. So yeah,
Yep.
we thought we would come to you with a guest who can kind of talk you through what she does and help you maybe start a new business. So Roxana,
Yes.
over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hi, listeners. So I'm Roxana. I'm Roxana Blair. I am a coach to mothers, usually from quite young children, so up to the ages of about 5, 6, 7, and younger. And I am a business coach, so I help people start their own online business, but then without the online overwhelm and without being online 24/7, because I know as a mother how busy it can be, and we don't have time to be like online every minute of the day. So
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. You have kids to take care of, you have things to do.
Mhm.
A lot of us are still working, like I have my 9 to 5 and I do my coaching business as well. So I know that everything has to be with a structure and everything has to be planned as much as possible. So if I can start a business without being online 24/7, but then still having the benefits of being online, hey, I'm there for it. So that's what I do. Background about me. So I am born and raised in Amsterdam. So I'm from Holland. I live in London since, let's say, 2016 or something.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
oh
So I'm not from the UK, but I've wanted to move to the UK since I came to London the first time. So I like it
Mhm.
here. I love it here, and I'll probably stay here until I feel like, okay, I need something else, or I need more sun or something. So
Yeah, emphasis on the fun.
that is one of my like only reasons why I would move. And
Mm.
then yeah, for the rest,
yeah.
I love to travel. I have a daughter, as you guys said. I have a 6-year-old energetic
Oh.
girl.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you know how they like to use the word energetic. She's very energetic when they want to describe something, but they
Yeah.
want to be politically correct.
Yes.
Correct. Exactly.
So I've taken over that word, energetic. So yeah, that's what I do, and I'm married. I've been with my husband for about uh, 13 years now. We got married.
Oh wow. Wrong girl.
Woo!
I, I gotta take more tips from you because woo.
We got married like 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, but we've been together for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am. That's actually the background about me. So what else would you like to know?
So what about you? Obviously, we know that you've been doing this online coaching thing. How
Yes.
did it come about? What happened? What made you go, do you know what? I'm gonna teach other women how to do this.
Yeah.
Because that's a boss move. That's really like most women will
Yeah.
start their business and be like, do you know what? I know how to do this. I don't need to teach other
Mm-hmm.
people. If they ask me, then maybe, but you are actively out there helping others. You're empowering other women,
Yeah,
and that's
that's the main
amazing.
thing. Like for me, I
Yeah.
love women empowerment. Just
Mhm.
anything to do with women, and then specifically mothers, because I am now a mother. And then
Mm.
the main reason why it came about is I constantly get the question, how do you do it? How do you do it? How
Mm.
do you combine this? How? So, people always want to know
Yeah.
what I do, how
Of
I do
course.
it, how do you find time? And so when you find yourself like explaining the same thing, then you notice like, oh, there's really like a common theme and a common thread. And because
Mm.
I knew like I've always wanted to work for myself, I have a job like 9 to 5, but I know that in this day and age, you just cannot count on your job alone. That's, let's be real. So I've
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
had something, I've always had a side hustle. So to be able to, at least if everything breaks down, as we've seen with this pandemic, and if
Mhm.
everything breaks
Mm-hmm.
down, then at least I know I can still take care of myself, and I don't need to
Yeah.
stress about,
Yeah.
oh my God, I don't have a job, and need to be applying for like, I don't know how long before you find something else, because I see how it
Mhm.
is. For me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a team leader, so I interview people regularly. I have 6 people in my team. And when you see that
Mm-hmm.
you constantly
Mm-hmm.
also interviewing, before you get like, I work for like an international customer service, so with all of Europe. And then
Mm.
you notice
Mm-hmm.
like so many people are looking for a job right now, but I can only give a job to one person. So
Yeah.
it's really sad.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I really hope you find
Mm-hmm.
something else, but yeah, I can't help you at this moment when it comes to a job. So that's why I've always been like, okay, you know what? Let me just start my side hustle. And I think because I
Mm-hmm.
know, I've been in the corporate world for over 13 years, nearly 14 years. I've been working, been training
Mm-hmm.
people, have done a lot of customer service. I've done a lot of working with different people, different backgrounds, done a lot of appraisals. So for me, I know what it is like to train somebody, to coach somebody to get to the next level. Like I've trained people who were nearly going to lose their job, but because I've trained them, then they were now able to get a good appraisal and are able to keep their job. So I know how it is to effectively get somebody to another level. So now I've said, you know what? I've been doing this for how many years now? Let me start and do this for myself as
Mm-hmm.
well. So that's really,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really what got it started. And also because I know that my like natural thing to talk about is kids, mothers, womanhood,
Mm.
being in a
Mhm.
relationship, all those things, that is
Yeah.
me. So for me, I like to work with people who are like similar to me, so that I know that I
Mm.
know what I'm talking about. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can talk about engineering or something like that. I'm not an engineer,
Mm.
you know. So I
Mm-hmm.
like to
Yeah.
be authentic. I like to
Yeah.
talk about what I know something about, and I know that I can get you to another level. So, for example, you say, okay, I want to start my online business. What do I do? Where do I start? Where do I go? Then I can direct you because I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
I only train people when I've had the experience with doing something. I'm not going to talk about things that I have no clue about, and that's kind of pointless for me.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
that's why women, and
Yeah.
specifically that's why mothers. So yeah, that's my
Mm-hmm.
background and why I chose this business.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Like I said, empowering
Mm-hmm.
women is a boss move. Like,
Yeah, and it's so
Exactly.
it's
important,
amazing.
it's really important. And I think even if you have a partner or even if you are married, I really find it so important to empower women, to let them know, like, look, you can still start your own business, your own side hustle. You do not need to depend on anything. And I mean, no offense, no judgment before people say, oh yeah, but men hate it. No, no, no. It's not about that. It's really not about that. It's really about empowering yourself and knowing that if all fails, you can not just support yourself, but support your family. Because at the end of the day, we don't live in the day and age anymore where you can just sit around and like hope for somebody to come and rescue you. It happens, and I don't know how people do it, but for me, I've always worked, so that's just not for me. So I find it good to always be able to at least have something to back me up. And that's also how I was raised. You know, my father was like, you need to be able to take care of yourself, and your job is your first boyfriend, and I don't want to hear about boyfriend.
I love
definitely. He said your degree is your first boyfriend, so it was just school. It was like he didn't want to hear it. Like my father has never met any boyfriends. It's like he's met my husband, and then we got married. So that's who he knows. That's all.
That's so funny. Your work is your first boyfriend.
Your work is your first. Your work. Definitely. Don't come and say, introduce such and such. Please.
I have to remember to use that one.
Just introduce your work. That's all you gotta do. So you've already stated that you are a mother. You have your main job, which is 9 to 5, and you're doing your side hustle, which is the coaching, right? How do you manage to balance all of this? Because that's a lot for one person to take on. I mean, being a mother alone, that's like so basically you don't have full-time work is 8 hours, right? You are doing like 8 times 3 at the moment.
24 hours. 24/7.
Exactly. Honestly, I know it's a lot, but I always remember, like, you know, like part of my course is also about time management. Just remember that there is nobody, or at least I haven't met them yet, who has more than 24 hours. So just remember that Beyonce has 24 hours. The Queen has 24 hours. So who am I to say I'm busy? Because, you know.
That was a bar.
So I just keep that in the back of my mind when I say, oh, I'm so busy. Of course, we're all busy, and I don't neglect that. Definitely, we're all busy. But it comes down to priorities. If you find something important enough, you will find time to do it. Because if it's not important, believe me, you're going to say, no, I don't want to do it. Oh, no, I don't have time. Believe me, there is time. Even if you work, like now, for example, I work from home, homeschool, because, lockdown. So I homeschool.
Wow.
But then, you know, at the end of the day, I still find time to run my business. I still find time to, like yesterday, I had a coaching session. I still find time to give a coaching session. I still find time to post on social media. But the thing is, you need to really set priorities, and you need to make sure that it is a priority for you.
Yeah.
Because if it's somebody else's priority, I can find something important, but you're not going to do it if it's not important to you.
Definitely. Absolutely. That's true. So, do you, as a coach, right? Would you say that every mother, or should I say every human being, is capable of starting their own business? Because I feel like, you know, sometimes you hear people say, "Oh, this person has the qualities of this, so they should do this. This person has entrepreneurial qualities, so they should stick to that."
That's
what
a great
do you
question.
think about that?
For me, I do think that everybody has the possibility to start their own business and to run their own business. I think the difference is that some people will keep their own business and bring it and make it successful, And some people will say,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, never mind. Because being an entrepreneur, with
Yeah.
anything actually, just being successful in life, whether it's about getting your degree, whether it's about having a family, whether it's about running your business, there you are going to run into obstacles. And as an entrepreneur, you need to make sure that you
Yeah.
your mindset is great enough to overcome those obstacles. A big part is
Mm-hmm.
mindset. Mindset is so key in like a lot of the decisions you make. If you find it like, oh, it's too hard,
Yeah.
it's too hard, and you're gonna easily talk yourself out of things. But being an entrepreneur, you need to realize
Mm-hmm.
that there's no straight line to success. And especially as a mother,
Mm-hmm.
you need to realize that
Yeah.
sometimes your kids are going to cry when you want to work. So, get get over it, and just figure it out. Like a lot of times, oh, I want to do something, or homeschooling, I want to just finish this thing quick. And no, kids work with their own schedule. So you need to realize that,
They
you
really
know
do.
make sure you adjust the plan, not the goal. I always say that. You have your end goal in mind, and you might
Mm-hmm.
not get there within one step, two steps, three steps,
Yeah.
even not 10 steps. But if your goal is to start your online business, you will get there if you don't give up. But if you say, oh, this is
Mm-hmm.
too hard, oh, I don't have
Yeah.
time, the more you print it into your head, the easier it's going to be for you to stop and quit. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that. So, a lot of mothers come to
Yes.
you obviously for support, right? What are some of the things you've noticed like they
Well,
struggle with the most in their
yeah,
entrepreneurial
a
journey?
lot
That
of
is, yeah.
mothers are like, you know what, I wish I could start my own thing, but I can't because number one, let's say one and two, I don't have the time. I've already said, everybody has 24 hours, so that's like it doesn't work with me. Or
Yeah.
Mm.
I like that approach. It's like, mate, you are
yeah,
gonna
I'm
do
just
this.
and I'm a Beyonce fan, so you guys already know that. Okay, I'm gonna just send you a picture. Okay, I think
You
she has
know?
time, so can we reevaluate? Can we reevaluate why somebody can? And there's always, of course, some people have more help. I
Hmm.
assume, if you're the queen or if you're Beyonce, you have more help.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all well and true. However, they had to get to a certain stage
Yeah.
to be able to afford certain help and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So
Regala.
just because other people have more
Mm.
help doesn't mean
Yeah.
that you cannot get more help. You just need to grow to that stage. So that's like
Mm.
number one, I don't have time. And then
Yeah.
number two is I don't have the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually thinking
That's
about that
yeah.
next. I was like, I'm going to ask her about money because there's so much I want to do. Like, I will sit down, like, what's his name? Okay, I will tell you,
Hmm.
like, I've got all these
Yeah.
plans and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. And then I check the bank account, I'm
Mm.
like,
You're like,
Yeah, and
maybe
that's the
when I win
thing,
the million.
that's
money,
great.
I
So,
find
yeah.
that it's really easy to use as an excuse. I don't have the money because first of all,
Mm.
if we live in
Yeah.
the Western world and we say we don't have money, that's a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
comes down to
Mm.
choices. Again, same as
Mm-hmm.
time, is priorities. Because if you
Yeah.
can, it might be that,
Mm-hmm.
and also that's one thing, you don't have the money yet. Because when you start with I don't have the money, you're blocking yourself, you're blocking
Yes.
your own your
Mm.
mindset already is okay, you don't have the money, and then you will never have the money. But if you already start to use that word
Mm.
yet, you
Mm-hmm.
already training your mind
Mm.
to find a solution,
Yeah.
because you might not be able to afford
Mm.
something this month.
Mm-hmm.
However, because it's so ingrained in your mind that you want to do this, you want to start this business, and you want to,
Excellent.
I don't know if you want to start a service-based business or a product-based business. You want to start something, and you might need
Mm-hmm.
A, B, and C. it's ingrained in your mind that you want to afford it. So the next month or the month after, all of a sudden, oh, you do have the money.
Yeah.
So that's why I say we start with, I don't have the money yet. Now let's look at what are you spending your money on? What can you maybe let go of, and especially now, we're in lockdown time. Nobody needs to go shopping because stores are closed. So, don't worry.
Yeah. But you know what? We are kind of closer
That
to the
is
shops
true.
now when you pick up the
Honestly,
phone.
I had to stop
You know what you're
myself
doing?
because Amazon was a bit too easy. Oh yeah, let me order it on Amazon. No, and then you check your account. You're like, oh, oops, no, I don't really need that. I really don't need that. So just when you say you don't have the money, start saying I don't have the money yet, and then start looking at, okay, what can I do to be able to get started maybe next month, or to be able to start within the next weeks, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's very good. Thank you. You know what? I've just picked the yet.
Yeah,
Immediately you
it's
say
just
that,
one
I'm like,
word,
that
but
clicks.
it's so
Yes, I'm gonna
important.
be using yet.
It's really, really, really.
Yet.
Yeah, it's not yet.
I don't have it yet.
Exactly. Like,
I'm not a millionaire
but
yet.
that's what I'm like. Even my colleagues in my day-to-day job, they know for me, when you talk to me, it's like I'm not a millionaire yet, because I know everybody can be a millionaire. There's also another podcast that I listened to. This lady, Rachel Rogers. She is so good. She is a millionaire now, but also she has this book coming out. Everybody needs to be a millionaire, because it's just important. We can't just always think the struggle life. How are you? I'm managing. No, no. Yeah, I
hate that phrase.
I can't deal with it. I'm sorry, but people know. Don't.
Managing.
I'm like, okay, isn't it?
Managing.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, go ahead and manage yourself.
It's just like that mindset will not bring you far. And the first thing is, you need to make a decision that you're going to be successful. So if you have not made a decision and you keep looking at, I can't afford this and I can't do that and I can't, of course, your life will be a whole bunch of I can't. Because I have seen it happen that women just like me, we just like regular people, not like anything special, but yet we will be successful because that's in our plan and that's what we are going to do. So the plan might change, and all of a sudden now we are teachers and mothers, but it's still happening.
There's more to it now. Exactly. You know what? The government needs to start paying mothers for this new job.
I'm telling you,
bro,
we need to start a petition or something. Honestly.
Honestly, no, it's true. I mean, they really should do something for it, because if you can work from home and get something back, they should be able to give homeschooling.
I'm telling you, they should, because the moment you feel this is where they expect you to do a lot. And like, I'm from Holland. I already told you, when you're in Holland, when you raised there, born there. I didn't go to school here. My daughter is in primary school now. So I can just tell you that the primary school here, year 2, even year 1, last year I had the same thing. It's very, very different from the Netherlands. Like, in Amsterdam, you don't get like this type of maths and spelling. I'm like, oh, these poor children. I'm sorry, but what? Like, literally, like 5 and 6-year-old, they now need to go do divisions and partying and all this like strange thing. I'm like, no, it's too much for them, but I'm doing it because I'm like, please let them not come and say, oh, you didn't help your child or something. But it's a lot. It's a lot. But
It's definitely a lot on mothers at the
We have
That's
moment.
to.
Yeah.
terrible. I don't think
Well, you guys are doing well. Like
Mm.
our little ones are not in school yet. Like I look at this boy and I'm like, you need to be in nursery because you're giving me too much work.
Well,
Like,
enjoy it.
so I can't imagine.
I love how she said nursery, not school, because she knows nurseries
Mhm.
are still open. I see you ain't play.
Of course.
I'm telling you, enjoy it because the schools, yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
No, it's
Yeah,
crazy. It's
it's a lot.
crazy. I mean, I couldn't imagine homeschooling being like obviously you've got to do the fun stuff during the day as well so that the child's brain is still
yeah.
keeping active as well and
Hmm.
working your nine to
Mhm.
five. Like, how are you seriously, how are you fitting that round each other? Because are you still only doing like the 9 to 5 or are you like, I don't get it. My brain is
Yeah.
like,
You're running your
yeah,
business because she says she's running her business at the same time. So,
but school is from like nine to
like,
Yeah,
three
and
anyway.
they really
So
fill up that
girl.
program for you, believe me, they fill it up. So like thank God my work is quite flexible. So I am able to,
Okay.
say, okay,
mhm,
well, this, that, and the other, and then they will say, okay, no problem. However, a lot of times,
Mm,
also because I'm leading a team, I don't just want to not be there all the time. But what I do
absolutely.
normally, I wake up quite early, not as early as before, because I remember when I
Mm.
had a baby, then I was up early every single day. Now I'm like, nah, man, this morning life is not for me anymore. So I've tried to like between 6:30 ish or
uh,
so and 7, I'm up. Before it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'm up. But now, mm-mm.
Mm,
What I do, make sure I get ready because it's always better that I'm ready
mm,
first, so that I have done my
mm.
thing. I need to just get my own program done. I love to like in the morning meditate, pray, and then everybody can come like mommy, 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 and that starts. And then in the morning, I
mhm,
usually try to do something already for school, and my work meetings usually start from 9:30 or
mhm,
so. And then we have a
Mm.
break. Then I get back to homeschooling, and then in between, I try to fit in like whatever lesson she has. So it's usually mornings. It's maths, English, spelling, and reading. So I
Oh
try to
wow.
fit that in
mhm,
before 12 or before lunch, and in the meantime I'm doing work, because I work online or work from home. A lot of things are on the computer, a lot of things
Yeah.
are by email. So unless I have a meeting, I can
Yes.
always fit it in. I don't need to like physically look at the screen for the
Yeah.
whole like 8 hours, because I can like manage it then. And then usually also, the school knows. That's another thing, you need to communicate with the school, with work, that everybody knows that we're working and we're homeschooling, and it's fine. However, you need to be aware that
Yeah.
I am a human being. So even though the school has sent their
Of
schedule,
course.
this is the program how we usually do it. And they start with active time, reading time, spelling time, math time, and then lunch. And like, I don't work with their schedule because I cannot always work on their
Mm.
schedule. So I've told the teacher, like, thank you for the schedule, but I'm just gonna let you know I'm working from home. So sometimes you will get things on time, and sometimes
yeah,
it's gonna be handed in, because you can hand in like drip wise. So whenever you're done with the test, you can already send it to them. Sometimes it's gonna be done like 4 o'clock and not 3:30. Sorry, but as long as it's done.
Mm.
So that's how I do it. I just make sure I try to
mhm,
schedule it around my time so that everything fits, and that I don't get stressed and I don't get overwhelmed. Because that's the thing, you do not want to get overwhelmed because everybody wants to come with their schedule. I don't work like that. I'm really sorry. Even with my
Yeah.
online business, even the people that I coach, I always say, like, you know what? Not everything is a priority. You need to You know, when you're working, especially when you have a 9 to 5, I have a busy job, and a lot of people like to send emails with urgent, urgent, urgent. Sorry. Then I already like, no,
Yeah.
not everything is urgent and not everything is a priority. So you really need to make sure that you protect your own energy and you protect yourself before you start thinking, oh no, I had to do this and I had to finish that. Then you're not going to be able to do it. But if you make sure you protect yourself, make sure your energy is good, make sure that you know, okay, this is the planning. And of course you can adjust, but don't let other people pressure you with their planning, because that's not going to work.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So you can also, so you can do things for yourself instead of following other people's plans
Exactly. Don't
or
work on
other
other
people's
people's timing,
timing.
because
Yeah,
you're going to get frustrated and you're going to get overwhelmed. And that's what you're trying to prevent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, anything you would like to add
So if,
or ask?
for example, you're speaking about service or product businesses, what would you recommend? Like, which one, or is it based on whatever
it's really based on the person, because at the end of the day, I always think you need to do something you're passionate about. I have a service-based business because I feel like that is like my best. That's how I come out best. I love to help people, and I love to like see, okay, where can I be of service to anybody? And I don't do well with product-based business, because that means I would need to think of a product that I'm really passionate about, and I'm not that type of person. There are like product-based businesses which, you know, like just literally today, my client went live with her product-based business, which is a web shop, online store. You know, so it's, you know, a product-based business can be like with you having stock and inventory, or you can have a web store. So, but for me, I love services. I think also as a mother, it's the easiest. You don't need to think of, okay, you know, shipping and packaging things, bringing things to the post office. Like, I don't have that time. So, you know, unless you're going to be working with like the likes of, like, if you have Amazon store, or you have a Shopify store, then it's different. But you need to think like what works best for you, where is your passion, and based on that, and of course what will make money, because there is a part where you just need to do research, whether you like it or not. You need to do research. Don't just start a business and then at the end of the day you just have an extra hobby, because why would you do that? When you are a mother, you really want to do something that is not just there because you love it and because you're passionate about it, but because it's also going to make you money. Simple.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense.
Definitely. that's because that's a lot. That's a lot to take on, especially if you are investing money in,
very
money into it.
I don't get it. A lot of people at the end of the day, they just have another expensive hobby. But I think, like, why would you waste your time? Because time is just the most precious thing. You cannot get it back. So why not spend your time wisely, and also think of, hey, end of the day, I need to get something out of it. So
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's so very true.
So
so I'm just gonna ask a personal question, right? Last year during here it comes. Last year during the lockdown season, we're still in lockdown, so when lockdown first happened, I was what's the word? I was on maternity leave. And I decided to write a book. So I wrote a children's book, right? And it's on Amazon now. What advice will you give me to help me sort of promote? This is like, I know I should be coming and getting, you know, giving you some cash for it, but a little quick tip. I might come later with other businesses, but a quick tip. What can I do to boost the sales, or even the recognition of my book?
Who is your book for? Have you already planned out, okay, this is my target group? When you say, okay, this is my target group, it's a children's book. So I'm assuming that it's for parents, but is it for mothers? Is it for younger children? Is it for older children? what type of group is it? Because parents is, that's a big group. Like for me, even at the beginning, mothers is a big group. You can't just say parents in general. So first of all, look at your target group, and then where are they hanging out? You need to be visible, because that's the thing with online, where you need to be able to show yourself. Do people know that you have written a book? I think I've heard it once, to be honest, when I was listening to your last podcast, and ask I've been listening for a while, so I'm like, oh, she's written a book, when you were talking about the highs of last year. I'm like, oh, she's written a book. I didn't even know about it, and I listened to your podcast like, I don't know, all the time. So
right. We gotta plug it more.
I'm gonna be drumming it every day. Hello guys, I've written a book.
Hi, welcome to the podcast with Mon Ami, author of blah blah. Then you're not plugging it like in a harsh way, but you're announcing yourself, introducing yourself in a very simple way, because you are an author. So author of, and then your book title in your Instagram, in your Facebook, everywhere should state author of, or just your book title, depending on how many characters you have. I always say, like, check your Instagram bio. What does it say? Do you have a link there? Can people click the link to buy your book? Those type of things. Check, like, if you want to sell online, you need to first of all be visible, so that people know about it. And then the second thing is, they need to know about what you can do for them. Because at the end of the day, people are always like, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? Why would I bother? There's like 100 million people on online. So why would I bother? I would bother if I know you, and then also if there's like this and trust factor. They trust you, they know you, they like you. Oh, let me check it out. Literally, like the last time I listened to the podcast, I was like, oh, I'm gonna check it out, because I have never heard that you've written a book. No shade, but
yeah. Oh no. I mean, it's what's his name? I'm learning something, is it? Because I feel like I feel like I have a habit of I don't like to market myself.
You don't like a brand.
I know how it feels, but honestly, I know how it feels.
Yeah, I feel like
the thing is, a lot of us are like that. Like for me, I don't like to, like, even now my coach is saying to me, I have a coach as well. Yes, coaches have coaches. So if your coach doesn't have a coach, then you need to. It doesn't work. But my coach is like, your content is good, but you need to go out there more. You need to sell more online, because what you're doing is great. You know what you're talking about. You have experience. However, you don't ask for the sale. You don't tell people, oh, get in touch. Or you don't like DM with people. Or you don't, So the thing is, I didn't do that before. Previously, I was like, no, I don't want to, be too invasive in people's personal space online. It's not personal, it's still online, but you know what I mean? So I always felt like, I'm too much. And for me, I'm already like quite introverted person. So I'm not like, I'm all out there, I'm just like, let me do my business. Let me know what I'm talking about. And then I can, I just don't like, I'm not like some of those people. They're really extroverted and they're all the time. And I'm just not.
Girl, we understand.
Yeah. But you're still doing well though, because I was saying earlier on to Akia that, like, you post quite a lot. You're quite, present on your platform. And for you to say that, it means like a lot of people have a lot to do.
You know what the joke is? She is one person and she posts more than the two of us. Hey,
Girls,
that
we
is
need to get
crazy.
better. Come on.
We need to,
No, but the thing is,
Yeah,
it's
we
not just
definitely do. We
posting,
do.
oh,
You
I
know
want
what?
to post, but
Yeah.
it's again with
Mhm.
this, it's planning and priorities.
Mhm.
Because like for me, I know I work. I don't have time
absolutely.
to
Mhm.
do
Mhm.
like 100 billion things during the week. So I plan ahead, I pre-record
Mm.
and I batch record so that I
Mhm.
know
Mhm.
at least on a consistent basis I'm able to post something,
Mm.
whether it's a text, whether it's a video, whether it's like an Instagram reel, but I plan it ahead of time so that I know
Mhm.
I don't need to stress during the week. Oh my God, what am I going to post now? Because the
Yeah.
problem with a lot of people, when they start to think about an online business, they get overwhelmed because they don't know, okay, how can I plan this within all of the other things that I need to do? And I keep saying, like, people, you need to be aware there are so many
Mm.
tools that we can use to be able to be consistent. Because that's the thing with being online, it's really like
Yeah.
simple with consistency. And you keep hearing that word, a lot of people talk about it, but it's so true. If you're not online consistently, people will forget you, or people will just not engage with you. You
Mm.
need to be consistent in
Yeah.
engaging with other people, and you need to be consistent with coming out there for your own content. So plan, 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 plan.
Yeah. 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 Definitely, ladies. You've heard it.
Yes,
Plan
girl.
and be consistent. Don't just post anything because you think, bomb is trending, so you're gonna put your bomb there as well. Your bomb might not trend.
Why you like
So,
this? She said your
you know what? Let me say, because sometimes when people see
Exactly.
something, they're like, "Oh, everyone is looking at
No,
this." Then they
it
want to
doesn't
do it,
work.
but it's not really them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because if
yeah.
let's say I've written a book, my book has nothing to do with bomb,
Yeah.
but I decide to put my bomb out there today and it
No, they're
trends.
like,
Do you
no,
think the people who are coming on my page are
exactly.
gonna go buy the book? No,
bomb.
they're not.
You
They came to
really
Yes,
need
see
to think
bomb.
about
exactly.
that. You think,
So
okay,
it's
what do you really
yeah,
want to
so it's
say? What do you
important to
want your brand to be like? And then based on that, what is your marketing going to be like? And based on that, okay, how should I plan?
yes,
And then based on that again, what tools can I use? Because there's a lot of tools you
yes,
can use so that you don't need to
yeah.
just do everything at the last minute. Because if you're going to think, okay, in the morning I'll
Mhm.
figure it out what I'm going to post, you're not going to post. So,
No, that's
Yeah.
true.
Ah,
That's
that's
so true.
true. Hmm. Okay,
We got
we
work to
we have
do.
gotten some free
You know,
coaching today. Like, thank
girl,
you so much. I feel
it's
like I owe you.
okay. It's a
I
free
feel like I
you
owe you
session.
know.
too much money. So uh, this is great.
Honestly.
And one thing I will add is, like, I feel like, if it's, I don't know if it's me or I'll be right to say this,
Exactly.
within our
Mm.
community, we're not into like
Yeah.
coaching. We just get up and do
You
stuff.
need
Like,
a
I've never
Mm.
had a
coach.
coach, and now that you're talking, I feel like I
We
need
need
a
a coach.
coach.
Yeah.
We
And
do.
yeah, it should be part of my
Exactly.
expenses, because you need someone to. And honestly,
Yeah.
sometimes when I watch like people videos and they're coaching, they're talking,
hmm
I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, we heard all of this
It's
before.
so
But
different. It's really
when it's one to
different.
one and it's
Yeah,
And, I
personal,
see that
it's very
with
different.
my own
absolutely.
coach, and I see that when I'm
Yeah.
coaching people as well. That the thing is, you need that accountability. Like that
Mm-hmm.
accountability of somebody saying, you know, what's
Yeah.
happening? What's the status? Where are you? Where can I help? If you don't have that, a lot of people just let go of their goals and their
Yeah.
dream because nobody's
Yeah.
following them, nobody's looking out for them, nobody is
Mm.
helping them. And then you're like, oh no, it's too hard, never mind.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody holding you
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
accountable, like my coach will say,
Yeah.
this is what was on your
Mm.
plan, how far are you?
Mm-hmm.
And like the same with me, I coach people to know that every week we
Yeah.
meet, and at the end of the meeting there's a goal that's set for your health and for your wealth, so for your business. So
Mm.
the next week you
Mm-hmm.
cannot come back and say, I
Wow.
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. Oh yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
did know what to do. You did. So there's always somebody holding you
Mm.
Yeah.
accountable when you have a coach,
Yeah.
and that is so different as I'm gonna figure it out all by myself. If you would have figured it, you would have already done that. Yeah.
Girl,
That's true.
we gonna have to add you to the motherhood and beyond expenditure, because this is valuable
Exactly,
stuff.
like,
girl,
because I feel like we
need you. We're gonna need to
here.
create a little pot for you, because boy, we're gonna have to, create a little pot.
No, it's
because,
really,
boy,
it's good, once you
top-notch
see that,
info.
because
It'll be
I have started with coaches only like in the last couple of years, but when I don't have a coach, I notice I see myself slacking, and I don't like that. Like, there was a transition between my last coach and the one I have now. There's like, I just like, I'll do it tomorrow, and nobody's asking. So I'm like, when you haven't like spoken your goals out, it's easy to just let them go, because nobody is watching out, and nobody's saying, okay, what's the status? What's the planning? And when you have a coach, they're able to guide you. They're able to guide you. Like, I do midweek check-ins, like, okay, what's the status? So that at the end of the week, I don't want to hear, oh, I didn't have time, because that doesn't work.
Right.
That's good.
Come on, we've got to get on it.
Oh,
definitely.
my goodness.
Oh
That's true. Like, it's good to. I mean, we thought we were bringing you on today so you can advise people out there. But it's
No, I'm
good
advising you.
I mean, our podcast for like what our first podcast for this year, we were on there talking about how this year is gonna be big. We're gonna be all over. We're gonna be. But I just thought. It's not just the words, you know. They always say speak it into existence.
Exactly.
And people speak it and they forget that the work is actually 99%. The talking is like 1%.
And I definitely, I'm a firm believer of like affirmations and bringing things into existence, manifestation and everything. But it doesn't work if even the Bible says, pray and work. You can't just think, okay, I'm going to say I'm going to be a millionaire, and then you just go sit down and relax, because God is going to look at you like, oh, okay, so all the tools I've given you, all the talents I've given you, you're not using it. So sorry, it doesn't work like that.
That's very true. That is very true. I mean, I keep saying I can't wait to win the Euro Million, but I don't play the lottery, so I don't know how.
You have a better chance of being successful in your own business than winning the lottery. Let me tell you that. And for me, I don't play either. I'm one of those people. Also, I don't play.
That's right. Yep.
Like, people always say, yeah, you need to play. Just take a chance. But the things, I don't like to lose money, so. I just don't play for that reason, because sometimes I've played and then it's like, oh, it's because it's New Year's or some type of special thing. But then, oh, you won. They sent you a message. You won. And then you look at the price. It's like not even the price of the ticket that I spent on this. Nah, man. I don't like to lose money. So. No, it's not for me.
Roxana, do you want to tell the people like your Instagram, where they can DM you for some coaching?
Of course.
This is your time to plug yourself.
Well, I am mostly on Instagram, and you can find me at the Roxana Blair. And Roxana is with one N, but it will be in the notes somewhere here. So it will be at the Roxana Blair, and you can send me a message, send me a DM, and I'll happily get back to you. I'm also on Facebook, same name, same thing, at the Roxana Blair. Mainly, you can find me there, and then I host coaching sessions one-to-one. Usually do it during my coaching program, which is the Mama Money Method. And this is a 12-week program where Ladies get one-on-one coaching from start to finish to get their own online business ready, set to go. That's actually it.
That sounds
Good.
amazing. And yes, we
No
will be coming to
worries.
speak to you soon, Roxanne.
Definitely.
Lord knows we need
Definitely.
it.
Yes. Definitely. Like, I've picked up so many quotes from you. I'm sitting here writing stuff on
Yeah.
the paper. I'm like, no,
Yes,
always
please
use yet.
do
And I'll
that
put like
from
3
now.
exclamation marks. So you know. Your boyfriend is your
Yes,
job.
and that one is my favorite,
Yeah.
And Beyonce and the Queen has 24 hours just like you. So you definitely ain't got no
Well,
reason to say you're busy.
I'm happy at
No.
least you guys got
know,
something out of it.
so,
I'm really happy,
yeah.
and I hope the listeners get something out of it as well.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
Yeah,
And
they
thank
will.
you so much for joining us today, Roxana. It has been a pleasure. Like Mon said, you've imparted knowledge into us that we're like, wow, we didn't even realize we needed that. Like,
Wow.
whoa, this is
Yeah.
Good.
God is like, these
Good,
girls
Yeah,
good,
need
good.
exactly.
you if they want to do all of this they've been talking about.
You know, the
So,
same thing
Exactly.
works
yeah.
in God works in
You never
mysterious
know
ways, and
why,
clearly this
Mhm.
because mate, like.
You're very
Yeah.
welcome.
So
Thanks
yeah,
for
thank you
having me.
so much for joining us today. We will be sure to tag you in the soundbite so that
Okay,
people can
cool.
easily click on your Instagram. Yeah.
All right, guys. So just like us, I'm sure you have learned something today. And don't hesitate to get in contact with Roxanne, because she's got a lot of knowledge to impact on each and every one of us, because we need to build ourselves up mothers, and we need to do better for ourselves and the kids. So thank you for joining us today. Remember, we are here every 2 weeks now, so don't miss it next 2 weeks. Follow us on all our socials. It's Motherhood and Beyond podcast, and message us, DM us, give us some feedback. We'll be here again in 2 weeks time. Bye.